The Bhutan Foundation was originally created by a group of US-based friends to help support development projects in Bhutan. Over time, the foundation evolved to fund programs in 4 general areas that are important to the people of our country: environmental conservation, cultural preservation, equitable and sustainable development, and good governance. These align with the 4 pillars of Bhutan's unique development philosophy of gross national happiness. Another purpose the Bhutan Foundation fulfills is to create greater awareness of Bhutan in the United States and vice versa. Better awareness of our different cultures and countries fosters mutual respect, understanding, and friendship between our 2 countries. Well, we want to see Bhutan as a progressive society built on democratic principles and enriched by its traditional values. The Bhutan Foundation focuses on expanding domestic capacity and facilitating global support through our projects. Specifically, we foster professional relationships between US and Bhutanese institutions anchored on capacity building projects in the 4 areas I mentioned earlier. In order to achieve this, first, we need partnership with professional institutions to help build Bhutanese expertise in environmental conservation, cultural preservation, economic development, and good governance. Then we need the financial resources to support this. The Bhutan Foundation is the only US organization solely dedicated to supporting the people and country of Bhutan. We function out of 2 small, efficient offices in the capitals of our 2 countries, Thimphu in Bhutan and Washington, D.C. in the United States. Our vast network allows us to reach out to some of the best institutions in the US and connect them to institutions and partner organizations in Bhutan. We have a small team of dedicated staff that is constantly looking for ways to take our programs forward. Our projects are all implemented by local partners in Bhutan. We support their vision and help them achieve their goals and objectives by connecting them with global expertise and financial support. We have a clear vision to support the country of Bhutan through our 4 program areas. We maintain a small team of highly motivated individuals who are driven by a sense of commitment to contribute towards the well-being of Bhutan through our programs. Since we're small, we have no bureaucracy and are able to get work done right away. Plus, as a nonprofit, we have a commitment to ensure that all of our program funds go directly to support the work of our partners. The true measure of our program's success is really the success of our partners, whether this be the number of doctors trained in emergency medicine, the number of schools providing education for children with special needs, or establishing baseline population data for endangered species by Bhutanese research institutions. Another measure of success is the sustainability of our programs. We fill critical gaps in our program areas and always work with local partners so that at the end of a 3 or 5 year period, the programs or the relationships are taken over by the local partners completely, thereby ensuring sustainability. The Bhutan Foundation is a small nonprofit, and each staff member is passionately engaged in project development and delivery, thereby maintaining a low overhead. We have a parallel horizontal management strategy with very little hierarchy. While the projects we support are all in Bhutan, we do not, however, represent the government of Bhutan. We are a US-based nonprofit organization. Another misconception is that Bhutan is doing very well compared to many other parts of the world that desperately need help. That makes it difficult for us to access funding from large foundations. Yes, many things in Bhutan do offer hope for the rest of the world. There is no abject poverty or rampant environmental destruction. But that's because Bhutan has had to make some tough choices, but right choices. All these come at a cost economically. Bhutan is a new democracy that faces all the challenges of development. It needs the support so that it can continue to remain a beacon of hope in a world filled with stories of despair. Our partner, the Ministry of Health, has trained 176 doctors in Bhutan through the Emergency Medical Services program we helped start. In addition to this, nuns, taxi drivers, and policemen have also been trained to be first responders to emergency situations. Earlier, Special education was nowhere in the National Education Master Plan. We supported the Ministry of Education to carry out trials in special education in 8 schools. The Bhutan Foundation has helped catapult education for children with special needs into a regular program within the National Education Program. We support building local research capability of Bhutan's premier conservation research institute, the Ugen Wangchuk Institute for Conservation and Environment. The foundation supports their studies on Bhutan's endangered animals such as tigers, snow leopards, and Bhutan's national animal, the takin. In the last 3 years, we have helped restore 3 ancient monasteries in Bhutan, and currently we are supporting the conversion of an old palace into a museum. We continue to help strengthen civil society in Bhutan. For example, we supported the establishment of the Bhutan Center for Media and Democracy, which works to strengthen the role of the media in Bhutan's new democracy. As a non-profit organization, we depend on institutional grants and individual donations to support our programs. The financial climate is not always predictable. Therefore, staff time has to be divided between fundraising and program development. Often, our work on the ground is dependent upon our partners' expertise in specific disciplines, such as special education and emergency medicine. Such expertise is not always present and has to be built. We would like to focus on building the professional capacity of our local partners by establishing linkages between Bhutanese institutions and those in the United States, building Bhutan's emergency medical services, training public health educators, training special ed coordinators, restoring the Wangdechuling Palace into a public museum, and establishing baseline data for key endangered species are some of the areas the Bhutan Foundation would like to allocate additional resources to. We would also like to sponsor more training courses for Bhutan's fledgling CSO community in areas of non-profit management. With a young population, Bhutan is beginning to see problems of youth emerge in society. Juvenile delinquency, substance abuse, violence, and crime. Lack of economic opportunities in rural areas accelerate these problems while driving youth into urban centers where unemployment is on the rise. This is an issue Bhutan is grappling with and will continue to grapple with for some time. The Bhutan Foundation would like to help our local partners who work in these areas. We would like to identify and support the work of local partners who focus on issues related to youth empowerment through gainful employment and social entrepreneurship.